How much of a chain reaction can be caused by a dump truck siltation? The footage shows a dump truck unloading a vehicle, stuck in place, unable to move. So a bulldozer working a short distance away came to help. Bulldozer driver thought it was a rear siding. Getting stuck in the dirt prevented the dump truck from moving forward, so they put a shovel up against the back wall of the dump truck. However, when the rear wall panels are jacked up, dump truck driver slammed on the gas. The car is still stuck in the same spot, so the bulldozer went to the back of the wagon, prepared to push the jags out. But what the bulldozer driver didn't expect, not only did he not push the dump truck out of the way, instead, I got myself stuck in the dirt. At this point we can see the jags trying to extricate themselves, but the rear wheels keep skidding in place. The driver of the bulldozer was worried about the bulldozer slipping into the water. You can't even step on the gas when you're in the driver's seat, just quietly watching the dump truck save itself. However, even if the gas is smoking, dump trucks can't get out on their own either, so the driver got out of the car to see what was going on. I couldn't get out of it. The driver of the pusher called for another white pusher to come to the rescue. As you can see in the picture, owing to vehicle entrapment, multiple dump trucks parked on the side of the road waiting to be unloaded. When the white bulldozer arrived on the scene, he stopped a meter in front of the trapped truck. Then the rescue guy tied them together with a wire rope. When the wire rope is fastened, the rescue tugboat will throttle up and move forward. However, the first round of rescue was terminated when the wire rope pulled free. The rescue boy then retied the wire rope after the pusher pulls again. Since the dump truck compartment is empty, the little white bulldozer took only a few seconds to. I pulled the dump truck up. At this point, the rescue mission of the rescue tractor is not over. He still needs to get this yellow Komatsu bulldozer up. You can take a wild guess how a trapped pusher was rescued. At this point we can see the tracks of the trapped bulldozer. It's about 10 centimeters above the water. If we don't rescue them quickly, there's a good chance the bulldozer fell in the water. After a period of grading, the ground is almost leveled. At this point the driver tries to climb up on his own, but since the ground is not compacted, and the bulldozer is in a tilted position, so much so that the trapped bulldozer was climbing a slope, the tracks keep skidding in place. When the driver of the rescue bulldozer saw this, he put the shovel, hooked on a trapped bulldozer shovel, 2 bulldozers at the same time. Since the rescue bulldozer is one size smaller than the trapped bulldozer, combined with the otherwise dry slag, wet after the last round of self-help, that's why the trapped tugs are still stuck in place, and its chassis is sucking tighter and tighter to the ground. Any veteran driver who's ever been stuck in a car knows, once the undercarriage gets sucked up by the mud, without hollowing out the mud, it's very hard to get out of a trap without an absolute pull vehicle. So how exactly was the trapped bulldozer pulled up? Let's move on. To facilitate rescue, the driver of the pusher had 2 tipper trucks unloading the crumbs at the site of the incident, and opens up a long round of push-fill operations. After a period of pushing and filling, you can see that the trapped bulldozer has sunk deeper than before. It was just tracks touching water. Now even the back of the cockpit is touching water. If we keep delaying, trapped bulldozers are likely to become soaked bulldozers. That's why the rescue pusher stopped pushing. The trapped bulldozer driver then used a wire rope to tie the 2 excavators together. When the first wire rope is tied, the bulldozer driver pulled another wire rope, then greeted a dump truck dumped into the accident scene. Due to the soft ground, dirt has been unloaded inside the phase of the G as a dirt car. Driver pulls up next to rescue bulldozer. The bulldozer driver then tied another wire rope to the dump truck. When the preparation is done, rescue bulldozers and dump trucks power forward at the same time. The driver of the trapped pusher also stepped on the gas and climbed up. But this rescue is better than nothing, even if the jags are underpowered. But this time the dump truck driver put the gas pedal to the metal. Trapped bulldozer is motionless, so the boy who was directing the rescue called it off. At this point we can see that the trapped bulldozer is much deeper than it was before the rescue. The water in the pond was up to the driver's feet. Theoretically, a JAGS truck with a pusher should be able to pull a trapped pusher. But why didn't the rescue work? How should the rescue be adjusted? After some discussion, rescue digger and dump truck repositioned. For easy pulling, rescue pusher pushes the ground more smoothly. There's less of a slope, too, compared to the last round of towing. This time the drag direction has also changed somewhat. It's pulled in the direction of the trapped pusher's fuselage. However, a single operation is as fierce as a tiger. Take a good look at the pull in place. The trapped digger is still steady as a rock, stuck in place, not moving. So the rescue was called off again. There's a flatbed truck in the frame. Another Komatsu bulldozer covered with a green cloth. The network is rushing to the scene of the accident. We'll call it green for now. P.2007 U.D. Green rushed to the scene and then backed up to come in. In terms of body type, this bulldozer is the biggest of the three. Rescued by this pusher. Will the stranded pusher make it to shore? Let's move on. When the rescue boy tied the wire rope, two bulldozers opened a new round of pulling. "23, 25. Theoretically, if at the very beginning of the trap, using this drag and drop method, a bulldozer in the water can be pulled up easily. Now the back half of the digger is soaked. The undercarriage and tracks were sucked up by the mud. It's too late for that. There's no surprise in this round of rescues. It's still a failure. But at this point the rescue bulldozer driver think it's the slope, still trying to make a rescue by reducing the grade. So Midori started to do the push-fill operation again. If anyone here is present at the scene, how will you conduct the rescue? After some adjustments, two rescue bulldozers have started another round of rescues. When the slope is reduced, the effect of this rescue, it's no different than the last rescue. It's still a failure. The driver had no choice but to call in an excavator for rescue. As you can see from the picture, it was already dark by now. The roadside night market has also opened. This flatbed is carrying a 21-ton Komatsu excavator, slowly coming to the scene of the accident. After the rescue digger arrived on the scene, first, we sorted out the crumbs in front of the trapped bulldozer body. The shovel was then hooked onto the trapped bulldozer shovel. Finally, trapped bulldozer, after a full day of rescue, successfully climbed out of the pond. How would you rate this rescue out of 10?